Now, the National Youth Service Corps, which was founded in 1973, is a scheme of the Nigerian government, and it plays a vital role in nurturing Nigerian graduates towards nation building and national development. And today, a sizable number of Nigerian graduates would be inaugurated into the 2023 Batch C orientation course. Well, joining us in our Abuja studio is Brigadier General Yusha'u Dogara Ahmed, the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, to speak on security, welfare, crucial dates, important guidelines, and other necessary information for prospective Corps members and other stakeholders. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. And good morning, viewers. Thank you.
Right. Let's begin with the Batch C orientation program that is beginning today. Talk to us about the level of preparation towards this Batches program.
Well, thank you very much. So far, we have started preparation for this particular Batch C orientation camp since after the completion of the last orientation camp of Batch B Stream 2. We held a kind of pre-orientation workshop where we invited all state coordinators, stakeholders. We had meetings to appraise and assess some of the challenges we experienced in the last orientation. And some of these challenges, we try to see how we can mitigate them. Some of the challenges include particularly the issue of traveling at night by prospective Corps members. In that case, we have stepped out our campaign against traveling at night, where we ask all the states across the nation to carry out this campaign and advocacy to Market Square and equally to motor parks to talk against the issue of traveling at night. And that has been done. It's part of our preparedness. Then the call-up letters were also printed and the posting released. I'm sure by now all Corps members are aware of the state where they are supposed to report for their service here. Equally, we have fumigated all our camps. We made them ready for occupation. All the security agencies, again, who are our major stakeholders, have already reported in the camp. They sweep the environment to ensure that the camp is safe and ready for Corps members to step in. Apart from that one, the NYSC staff that will carry out the reception, that will receive these Corps members on arrival for registration are also already in camp. So we are all set for the exercise, and Corps members are ready to be received at all the orientation camps.
All right. What some of the prospective Corps members will be looking to, because of the prevailing security circumstances in the country, they might be wondering whether this will be nationwide. Of course, National Youth Service Corps, but is it to say that all of the states will be participating in this scheme for this year? I mean, for this batch?
Yes, orientation exercise will be carried out in all the orientation camps except in one state, which is Zamfara State. We have looked at the situation and we have decided to exclude Zamfara State, but in all other states, the orientation exercise will be taking place. That does not mean that there will be no Corps member that will be serving in Zamfara State. Those that will be serving in Zamfara State, they have been dislodged. Some of them will be doing their orientation in the neighboring state, Kebbi and Sokoto State. Otherwise, in all the states, orientation will take place.
So what then will be your advice to those who might want to travel to their orientation camps today? What's your advice to them? I know you mentioned earlier that the matter of not traveling at night. What more are you going to tell these persons?
Well, my first advice to prospective Corps members is wherever they are, they should leave early whenever they intend to travel. They must not leave home late. And once they start their journey, once it is 6 o'clock in the evening, they should please break out their journey there, find a place, sleep over, and continue the journey the next day. These are part of the preventive measures that should be taken by the prospective Corps members themselves, because we observe that most of the issues that we have is traveling at night. Sometimes some factors can be taken into cognizance, like the bad roads, criminals, and even issue of vehicle having issues on the road where you have breakdown of vehicles. Who will come to your rescue? So please, prospective corps members, leave home early, start your journey early, and ensure that you board vehicle at the approved motor park. Please avoid the issue of taking picking free ride. Don't go to the roadside and pick a free ride. Go to the approved motor park and pick up a vehicle from there and start your journey early. Some of the things that
Right. If I can recall, I actually had a very, swell time, good time enjoying my NYSC days, back in 2014. And I'm wondering what's going to be like now for the activities that will be coming up in the orientation camp. Because then, there was bonfire night, there was this, trainings, there's these different skills acquisitions, and also, people meeting up and people also getting married, proposing, on some of the assembly grounds. Could you talk to us about some of the highlights for this Batch C and the activities that will be coming up?
Well, some of the major activities at the camp are particularly the drills that will be given to corps members, lectures, just as you have said. We give lectures on various issues, particularly on security tips, then other topical issues. Then we have lectures on skill acquisition. We have lectures on other aspects, and we have cultural carnivals where corps members are expected to showcase the culture of their own society at the camp. So various cultural groups are being demonstrated or shown by corps members in at the camp. Then the man of war, as you are aware, are also there. It makes the camp very interesting. Above all, this leadership training that we give to corps members is also going to be given to the corps members. Apart from the leadership, these days we have created what we call the corps camp directors. Not only the official camp director, we have within the corps members, we have what we call the camp directors. We elect or we nominate within the corps members. We have the camp directors, just to give them that leadership quality to be part and parcel of the leadership in the camp. Equally, we have the hostel governors. All these are new innovations. The essence of this is to start giving these corps members that leadership quality, the good opportunity to practice some of this leadership. So we have hostel governors as well. We segregate the corps members in platoons. So we involve the corps members even in the cooking of what they eat. So corps members actively participate in the cooking in the kitchen, so that they participate in whatever the meal they are served. So there's nothing like maybe they're being served what they don't like, or they don't know how. They are part and parcel of the cooking. These days, some of them, for the first time, when they enter the camp, they will be made to enter the kitchen. It is part of the learning process. So there are a lot of lessons being learned at the camp. So if this platoon is on duty today, they go to the kitchen. The next day, another platoon. That is how we rotate them. There are a lot of training given to some of these corps members at the camp.
Interesting. But there's a question of if this is really achieving its purpose, because what the NYSC was set up to achieve at the beginning when it was brought to the fore in the country was the matter of uniting the country. And the question now is, has it achieved that purpose? Because some would say that it seems that this National Youth Service Corps has not really achieved its purpose because of the level of ethnic profiling we have been seeing over the years, especially at the peak of leading up to the elections, so to speak. So from your point of view, all of these activities, how is this harnessing unity and, changing the narrative, especially mindset of persons towards one another?
Well, the NYSC, by and large, to a larger extent, I would say it has achieved the purpose in which it was meant to achieve. This unity in diversity, when you go to camp, that is what you will see the first thing by the time you enter the camp. You come from diverse sociocultural group from different states. You are meeting your youth colleague from different parts of the country for the first time. You are meant to stay in the same hostel with them. You are meant to stay in the same platoon with them. You eat together. You sit in the same class together, you do things together. And there are a lot of marriages. If I tell you there are hardly any meeting or function that we have in NYSC today when we invite dignitaries when they come, most time you hear that I got my wife in NYSC. That is some of the confession that most Nigerians are making. And I will tell you that this is the first point where some of them are meeting some other youth from different parts of this country where they appreciate their culture and their tradition. And, you know, to tell you how they imbibe some of this culture or the unity of the country at the camp, the moment you enter the camp, you no longer represent your own state anymore, but you represent the state in which you are posted to. In our sport and cultural festival, they are meant to what? To compete among themselves. You will see somebody from Calabar, Akwa Ibom, Delta, serving in Katsina State. They will all put their heads together to go and represent Katsina State, not their respective state. You can see where the unity has come to play there. Intermarriages has taken place between different cultural divide. And equally, from different religious divide, marriages have taken place. So if you look at the essence of this scheme, it has actually achieved what it's meant to achieve, and it is still making impact in the life of Nigerians.
Well, sometime last week, your spokesperson told Nigerians that, on the situation of things as regards the kidnapped prospective corps members. Would like to know if there is any development to that effect, because Nigerians are wondering what fate has befallen them.
Well, it is the same situation we are. The security agencies are still on top of the situation. The parents are aware of what is happening, and the security agencies are following up the situation, and they are making effort, and we are hopeful that we are going to get the remaining ones who are still in captivity. Beside this effort, we in NYSC, we have realized we have learned some lessons from what has happened in the last. Just as I have told you, from every event, sometimes you must have something that you learn from it. That is the more reason why we have carried some of the advocacy that we are carrying out this time around, to advise some of these corps members to desist from carrying out certain actions, to make them travel during the daytime and to leave very early so that they can reach wherever they are going safely. Above all, in our security tips, we have also tried to include the issue of anti-kidnap security tips in our lectures that we'll be giving. And very soon, our pamphlet will be out. We have included anti-kidnap that will be useful to both corps members and the prospective corps members. And let me use this opportunity to also say that in most cases, you will talk or you will give advice. But the problem is that maybe because of the youthful exuberance, what you say is, what you tell them is different from what they do. If I could remember, this last episode that happened in Zamfara, I happened to leave Zamfara and came to Kaduna, and when they finished their orientation, I personally sent messages to all the states across the country that whenever you are going back to wherever you are going after the camp, ensure that you travel in the daytime and break your journeys when it is late. I was in Kaduna. The same Zamfara State Corps members, some of them were going to Abuja, some were going to the east. I tell you that I made arrangement that whenever they reach Kaduna, they should break their journey since it's going to be late. But they came to Kaduna around 8 in the evening. Do you know accommodation was made available for them at the camp? The state coordinator was expecting them. More than 20 vehicles came from Zamfara and Kebbi. These corps members insisted that they are moving to Abuja that night. They proceeded. When I get to know, the state coordinator called me. I had to call the security agencies on the road that please, there are vehicles conveying core members from the camp going to Abuja and other places through Kaduna Road. Please intercept them. Since you have accommodation, you have camps, make them sleep before they continue their journey. 24 vehicles were intercepted. That's how they make these young men to sleep over the next morning before they continue their journey. They have accommodation there for both male and female. The following morning, they made it to continue their journey. So you will always be talking, but they will be doing something differently. What we always want them to understand that this life doesn't have duplicates. We are talking is just to make them safe and to ensure that whatever they do it rightly, and so that we save their life and their property. They don't put in danger.
There are those who would say that it's not only those who travel at night that are at risk. You find that some persons travel during the daytime and are fallen victim of kidnappers. How do you address that?
Well, I'm telling you, the prevalent risk that we have is mostly at the night. The daytime, sometimes when it happens, it's isolated cases. When it happens in the daytime, it's easier. You get help from security agencies. But you should know that apart from even being intercepted by kidnappers, the stage of the road sometimes, and above all, what if the vehicle gets spoiled? You put yourself in danger. So it is more advisable when you travel in the daytime. At least you are awake, you are seeing, you can call for rescue. Somebody can come and evacuate you wherever you are. It is more risky at night. And how are you sure the driver is not feeling sleepy? How are you sure the driver is in the full stage of driving at that night? He must have traveled throughout the day. Why not rest? And then continue the journey the next day, over speeding and the rest of them. And some of them, don't forget, they are traveling in a new road. They have no idea of how this road looks like. Then why put yourself in danger at night? It is easier to travel in the daytime and more safer. That's what we're talking about. But the risk can come at any point in time, but more prevalent risks are at night. That is why we are at our own advocacy is more to the issue of averting the night journey.
Well, DG, I'm aware that your administration is focusing on skills acquisition among the core members. I can remember then, still going back to my own experience, I was a member of the MDGs, moving from one local area council to another. We also had agriculture, fishing, etc., fashion designing, info technology, data analysis, and all of that. Talk to us about how you're driving this process in the NYSC.
Well, in the first place, the aim and objective of this skill acquisition is to make these young Nigerians to be self-reliant, which is part of the objective of the NYSC. If you go to the NYSC Act objective number 4, you will see the essence, apart from integration of the youth, is equally to make the Nigerians to be self-reliant. That is the essence of this skill acquisition. And in this skill acquisition, we have two training. The training in-camp and the post-camp training. The in-camp training is to give them sensitization on the various, skill acquisition that we have. So core members are at liberty to choose their areas of interest where they want to, what they want to learn, and continue with it at the end of the camp. We have a strong collaboration with a credible organization, both national and international organization, both governmental and non-governmental organization that drive some of these skill acquisition. So some of the skills, just as you have mentioned, we have the fashion design, digital skills, film and photography, agro-allied, automobile, makeup, and carpentry, other kind of skills that we have in the camp. Some of these organizations that we have collaboration with them include majorly Bank of Industry. We have Access Bank. We have Unity Bank. We equally have Wema Bank in the recent. We have NNPC Foundation. We have this Kudi Mata organization. There are so many other organizations, that credible one, that we partner with them, that contributed in the construction of some of these skill acquisition centers that these young Nigerians go and have their post-camp training. That is, after the camp, they go to such centers and have their training. And I tell you, we have the statistics in most cases, we have the statistics now. Most cases, when they pass out, a good number of them don't decide to go and wait for government work any longer. But what they do is to establish their own, and they have, because some of them become very successful. And in turn, these days, we even send co-members to them so that they train them as well. So it is going on, and we are driving it. And most especially now with the coming of the new government, the government of the President Yusha'u Tinubu, His Excellency, he has a passion for the youth. Just yesterday, we had a meeting with the Minister of Youth. All we are talking about is the issue of youth empowerment. How do we now enhance this skill acquisition training for these core members to make them self-sufficient at the end of the camp so that they can become independent? Those are some of the things, and there are a lot of things designed and put for these young Nigerians. And I'm sure as time goes on, we will see a lot of impact and improvement on what we have in the NYSC, particularly on the issue of skill acquisition and entrepreneurship program.
And that's a good one, because there are those who have been talking about a holistic review of the scheme itself to improve the outlook and to also help with the confidence of parents who are releasing their prospective core members to the scheme to benefit from it. Perhaps you can quickly want to touch on that and also re-emphasize the matter of those who want to travel at night, why the scheme is campaigning against that.
Yeah, well, we will continue to talk to them to at least travel within the space or within the daytime. And once it is late, they should break their joint, just as I have said. And above all, part of the measures we have put in place, we have talked with the security agencies to patrol on all the routes to our camps, which they are doing, I'm sure. And the security agencies have already taken over. They are already in the camps, waiting for these prospective core members to arrive. And plus other major security measures that have been taken. And I want to assure Nigerians and parents that all that is required is being put in place to ensure that these young men and ladies are properly taken care of. Unlike those days where you go to camp, you'll be stranded before you will be attended to. These days, reception is being given to you. We provide you with some snacks and water as you are being received. And on the first day, your meal is available. So we make sure all these things are in place. So we assure the core members who are fully ready and the camps are ready to be occupied by core members. And we want to urge Nigerians to support the scheme and as well talking to their wards, their parents, their children on the dangers of traveling at odd hours to guard against some of the things that we are talking about. Above all, I will call on the core members, prospective core members, as you go to their place of service, their state of service, please respect and obey the rules in the camp and equally respect the culture and the tradition of the host community that you will find yourself. With that, you will find things very easy for you and you will learn so many things. Take an example of myself. Thank God you have said it. When you served in 2014, I'm sure you must have learned a lot of things, and I'm sure it is a pleasant experience. My own self, I have served. When I served, till tomorrow, I always say it wherever I have the opportunity. The friends I make today, most of them are during the service here, and I still maintain these friends.
All right.
And the state where I serve is my second.
Unfortunately, Brigadier General Yusha'u Dogara Ahmed, Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, we must thank you for your time. Unfortunately, we do not have as much time to continue this conversation, but thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.